gone out and he was coming back, and he noticed that his guru's field, the guru had a farm and it was a rice field, and rice field needs to be submerged in water for the plants to grow. So he was coming by the farm and he noticed that there was a breach in the embankment and the water was flowing out. So he wanted to stop that. So he tried to put sand, he tried to put whatever stones he could find to stop and block the hole, but water still kept gushing out. And it was gushing out with so much force that he wasn't able to block it with whatever he was putting in that breach. So finally what he did, he laid down himself on that hole, and then he was able to block the water from escaping. But it was winter and the water was very cold and he was almost freezing, but he kept on saying that I have to stop the water from going out, I have to save the plants, and otherwise the plants will all die and my guru's farm will become bare. Meanwhile, Guru was looking out for him, and when he wasn't back in the right time when he was supposed to be, he and all the other disciples and students, they went out looking for him, and it was already dark, and finally they found him in the field, half submerged but still there, and still muttering that I have to stop the water from going out. So the Guru was so overwhelmed in seeing the service, that the selfless service and devotion that the disciple has for him, that he almost broke down with love for his student. And the student showed how much of his whole life and devotion is there for the Guru, that he has understood and embodied all the studies that and disciplines that he has been taught, that he could do this without any second thought. So this is an example of how a guru and a disciple should behave. As per the Hindu holy books, there are 4 kinds of debts that all human beings must pay back before we leave this world. The first is the guru debt, the debt to the guru. The next is the debt to the gods. The next is the debt to the families. And the next is the debt to the community. The very first debt is the debt to the guru. And that can be paid back in several ways, such as devotion and physical service, sacrifice and selfless work, discipline by acquiring knowledge and developing good character, and money, whatever amount the disciple can pay. We respect your knowledge, wisdom, and help to our kids, and we appreciate your and celebrate your service to the community. Guru Vandana is our way of expressing thanks to all of you hardworking and dedicated teachers and the teaching community. So we are doing this today because it falls within the Teachers Appreciation Month. So we have chosen this day, which we thought would be free for most of you. And this is a celebration organized and most of it a performance put on by the students for the teachers. Now, Aparnaji, will you please come?
Thank you, Kakalji, for a wonderful introduction. We'll start our program today with lighting the lamp, and then followed by shlokas. And there are some performances which our kids have actually prepared for us. They are going to show their talents. So may I request Kakalji for
Oh, for a minute? Okay, just for a minute.
Because it's a light of knowledge, so we are
Thank you.
Can I request all kids come up front here for reciting the shlokas? 6 shlokas for us.
Come stand here.
Shlokas are in Sanskrit language. Shloka used to be a form of transferring knowledge from generation to generation. It's a poem. And in ancient days, when there was no medium of books or even technology like internet and e-books and all, so this was the means of transferring knowledge from generation to generation. And as you can see, the shlokas are in the form of poems, so it's easy to remember, recite, and pass it on. So we'll start with a shloka called Vakratunda. And the meaning for this shloka is for Lord Ganesha, the Lord with the curved trunk and mighty body, who has the magnificence of million suns. I pray to you, O Lord, to remove the obstacles from all the actions I intend to perform. Vakratunda.
वक्रतुण्ड महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरुदेव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा.
Next shloka is Asato Ma Sadgamaya. This means, lead me from the unreal to the real, from the darkness of ignorance to the light of knowledge, and from the death to the immortality. Om Asato Ma
Sadgamaya Tamso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Our third slok is Shubham Karoti. The land brings auspiciousness, prosperity, good health, and abundance of wealth. Let my salutations be to you for the destruction of ignorance, which is intellect's enemy. Shubham Karoti.
Kalyanam Arogyam Dhanasampada Shatrabuddhi Vinashaya Dipajyoti Namostate.
Fourth shloka is about Goddess Saraswati. Saraswati Namastubhyam. O Saraswati, the giver of boons and who fulfills our desire for knowledge, I begin my studies. May there always be accomplishment for me. Saraswati
Namastubhyam Kamarupini Vidyarambham Karishyami
Next shlok is about Guru, Guru Brahma. Guru, who himself is the Holy Trinity of Brahma, Vishnu and Mahesh, and who is the Supreme Absolute. Guru creates, sustains knowledge, and destroys weeds of ignorance. I salute to you, Guru. Guru
Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwara Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha.
And last shloka for today is Om Sahana Bhavatu. May the Lord protect us. May He give us joy. May we exert together. May our efforts be successful. May we never be jealous of each other. Om Sahana
Bhavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Saviryam Karvavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahe. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Thank you so much, kids. Wonderful job. Papa, we should request you and Yashi for honoring the teachers.
Yeah, so what we're going to do is we're going to arrange few chairs here, and we want